So thank you to be with me to talk about design, but also to talk about innovation. Not technical innovation, but innovation in terms of process, in terms of organization, and also in terms of mindset. So just to introduce myself, I'm Simon Gomez. I'm UX designer at the creative studio of Capgemini Toulouse. And I'm here to talk with you about design system. But just to begin my talk, I would like to introduce two topics. The first one is the concept of brand identity. When we talk about brand identity, we talk about the perception of your company in the eyes of your customer. And it's really, really, really important because it's the way how your customer perceive your company, feel with your company. So when you look at this brand identity, Apple, you see a very simple iconography with a kind of boldness, with eating apple. It's something very simple, very modern. But if we change just one element of the iconography, it could be very, very different. If we have this kind of iconography, we have something more for kids, for example, and something more credible, less credible, sorry. So company have understand easily the notion of branding by creating some logo, some iconography, and by creating some graphical charter, graphical identity charter. For example, with NASA, a very famous company with a very strong iconography and identity. And all their identity are declined in all their touch points with their client. For example, the seniority, but also the clothes of the employees. And today, the brand NASA are very iconographic, and you can find T-shirt with the logo NASA in very trendy shop, and you can find people wearing a T-shirt with the logo NASA. The second topic is the notion of brand consistency. The brand consistency is the way you deliver your brand across all your stakeholder touch points. So when we talk about brand consistency, we talk, of course, about the logo, the iconography, but the products are also a way to communicate your branding and are also a big part of your identity. For example, in the car market, you can find very similarities between all the different cars of the same company, but it's also the same in the aviation industry. For example, chez Airbus, when you look at this plane, you see some similarity, and in Airbus there is a word for that. The word is a communality. There is a communality between all your planes. But it also the same thing in other sectors. For example, in the sector of retail, you have also an identity in the shop of a branding. For example, Hollister have a very strong identity with the surf culture, and all their shop are look at the same design with this surf and cool ambience. So why is also important in a digital context? The first one is today there is more and more value in experience and services than product. We can see, for example, in the car sector, there is 5 or 6 years ago, when you look at advertising of car, you will see some some promotion of the motor, some promotion of elements of the product. But now, when you look at car advertising, you see music that you can scroll with your hand. You see big screen in the Telsa, for example. You see some boots you can open with your feet. You see some smartwatches that allow to manage the temperature of your car. So this is the first point. There is more and more services and experience, and services are more and more the value of the company. Even if Airbus, just look at the Skywise initiative, it's only services to propose to their customer. The second point is digital transformation place the HCM and the digital services in the heart of our business and in the heart of our daily life. Today, we work with HCM, all of us, and it's the only way we work, and just not the employees of the office, but also the mechanician and or everybody today work with digital services. So we see that there is more and more digital application in our daily life, and we need to reinvent our way to design. We need to industrialize our way to design, and for that, we have created the notion, the concept of design system. Okay, what's a design system? The idea of the design system is to create mandatory resource for creating consistent digital solution in terms of visual guideline, visual identity, component of your solution, code, and also usage. And the idea is to unify the user experience and the user interface of all your digital solutions. Because today, companies have many digital solutions, and we need to create consistency between all, because today they are the value of your company. So a design system is composed with three main pillars. The first pillar is a notion on design. You need to have some visual design, consistency between your identity. The second part is a notion of code. We need to harmonize our code, our front-end code. And the third part is a usage. We need to create consistent usage between all applications, because we need to propose, to offer solution to the user, easy to use, and the same usage between all the applications of a company. Because we need to reduce training, to reduce the learning to the application. The concept of, it's also the concept of communality that you can have on a project. The idea to create the same product is to create a reduction cost, and also to create the training and the way to use and the time to use a product. So a design system is composed by these three pillars: design, code, and usage. And for each pillar, we have a specific tool. For the design, we have some UI kit for the designer. For the code part, we have some front-end technology, for example, HTML, CSS, but we can also have some React, Angular library. And for the usage part, we have some documentation that explains, that describe the usage of each component. So the main principle of a design system are here. We have 5 main principles. The first one is design system, it's alive. It's something that is living, that is scalable, and that is that is scaled with our product. Because today we create you create product scalable. So you need to create design scalable. So the first one, it's the design system is something alive. It's not something static. It's something that upgrade with your market, with your company, and with your needs. The second one is agnostic. A design system is agnostic with the technology. It's not the technology that drive the design, but it's the design that drive the technology and our solution. The third one is the notion of universal. A design system is universal because we need to use the standard of the web to allow user to easily understand the solution, understand the iconography, understand all the components. Then there is the notion of atomic design. We need to design component by component because developers create component by component. And with the notion of atomic design, this allows us to create scalable design and allow us to upgrade easily our design. And the last but not least notion is the notion of inclusivity. We need to create design with the best rule of ergonomic and also accessibility because we need to create a design for everybody. So the benefits of the design system are mainly, the first one is the image. Because in the beginning I talk about brand identity and brand consistency, and the idea is to offer to your customer a digital product with a strong image and with the same image across all your product. The second one is the consistency in terms of experience and in terms of interface. You need to offer to your customer solution, applications that are easy to use and with the same usage across your solution. And the third one, it's more longer benefits, but it's a true benefits. It's a notion of cost saving, because by creating a library of components and a library of a visual guideline, you will create cost saving in the long term, because we'll have a unique library for all your stakeholders and all your partner and your furniture. Just one example to be more concrete. This is Google. Google have many products, but Google have products that are consistency in term, more and more consistency in terms on the image and on user experience. This is for all different Google applications, but as you can see, there is a very commonality between all of us. Airbus have also choose to create their own design system. We have helped to create it, and as you can see in this example, we have 5 different applications: mobile application, desktop application, website, and we can find a global consistency between all of us. So, I'll create a design system. To create a design system, the first step is to create a squad of multidisciplinary experts with UX designer, UI designer, front-end developer, and product manager. It's very important because the design system is a union of all these expertise. After that, you need to plan the build and the run of your design system. There is 2 big phases, the build and the sustain phase. Because it's an important point, a design system is not a project, it's a product, because it's something alive and you need to upgrade it, you need to sustain it, and you need to govern it. When we talk about design system, we quickly talk also about design organization, because it's very linked and is very structured in your company. So to build a design system, we have 5 main steps. The first step is to create an inventory of all your company. For example, this is an example of some component on one application, and as you can see, there is many examples of button, but too much. So the first one is we need to create a complete inventory of all your product and all your digital solution. The second one is we need to create the visual assets and the UI kit. For example, this is one example of a UI kit. A UI kit is the tool for the designer that allows to create the application, and in the UI kit, you can find all the components of an application. For example, some buttons, some text inputs, some date picker, etc. After that, we need to create the code. We need to code. For example, in HTML and CSS, we call all the components with a unique code. After that, we need to document the visual guideline, how we build a component in terms of visual, in terms of code, what class we use, and we also need to write the documentation of the usage, how we use the component, where we place it in the application, etc. And we need to publish to all the stakeholders. In general, there is a site web dedicated to the design system, and that allows to all your stakeholders, all your partners to find the different tools, UI kit for designer and repository code for developer. So this was the first step to build the design system, but the design system needs to be sustainable, and we need to have some big activities. The first one is to version, because the design system evolves, and we need to create some version of the design system. We need to communicate, because it's very important to explain the concept of the design system, because the design system creates many changements in the way of working for designers mainly. We need to upgrade here with the upgrade of your solution and your upgrade of the user need. We need to support the team who apply the design system, who implement the design system, and we also need to inspect the different applications to see, to evaluate if the design system is good implemented. So to conclude, just 10 practices to succeed when you create a design system. The first one is have a strong sponsorship of your direction, because the design system is a high topic and you need to have a strong sponsor in your company. The second one is you need to get the validation of the branding and the communication teams, because the design system is a way to communicate across your different applications. So you need to have a validation of your company to become mandatory for all the design, the digital design. The third, you need to start with a small perimeter. It's the same concept of the Agile. We need to well define the solution. Is it for web application, mobile application, website, TV, etc.? And you need to validate for what code do you need? HTML, CSS, React, Angular, etc. You need to think scalable, and you need to build your product with an agile method and with an incremental method. You need to always start with an inventory. This is a very, very important point. Before starting the design system, you need to create an inventory of all your components, of all your application, and to have a good vision on that. You need to create a multidisciplinary team of builders, designers, and developers. You need to be accessible for all stakeholders, but never provide a design system without explanation. Do not put your design system in the website and stop. You need to put a design system open to all your stakeholders, but you need to explain the notion, the concept of the design system, and support team who implement it. And you need to create design system leader into your company to sustain it, because it's very important and it's very structured for you. So thank you, I finish. If you have questions.
Thank you.